Hi, my name is Toni Smith with Destiny Talk with Tea. I have an amazing guest with me today. She's a friend, and she's more than a friend. And I met her in 2018, and she's been such a supportive person in my life. Cathy CaDori Marshall, she's a serial entrepreneur. She's a founder of Black Women Business Owners Magazine, and she's the owner of CaDori Brand. She's an author, and she has over 20 years of professional experience helping people improve the quality of their lives. I want to introduce you to Cathy CaDori Marshall, and she'll give you all the information about her because she has a lot of hats, and I'm just so glad to have her here. We've been trying to connect for some time now, and we finally got to get it together.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too, and congratulations, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you, and congratulations to you, to the magazine, and all the things you're doing. You don't stop.
I know. Thank you.
You're just amazing. Tell us what you've been doing lately.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. One of the newer things I've been doing is producing a magazine that's really to highlight Black women business owners and Black women who are in the CEO and director positions in these companies, who are basically running the companies. So I had this thought. Like 16 years ago, I was flying from Atlanta to Baltimore at the time, working as a registered nurse because that's my professional career. And, I would go into the little convenience store before I get on the plane, get my magazine. I look around, I'm like, they don't have any magazines in here for Black women that are in business that highlight us. And I know there's so many of us that do it because a lot of us have our main job and then our side businesses. So it kind of stayed with me. So this year in January, God said, just go forward and do it. You don't have all the T's crossed and I's dotted, just put it out. So on March 1st, this year, 2025, we launched the first edition of the Black Women Business Owner magazine. And it's been just moving and changing lives since then.
Tell me how that feel to be like over a magazine and have all the beautiful women that you have in it.
It feels great. My daughter, she always like, Mom, have you ever just took time to sit down and really think about this? I don't think I've ever just sat and just thought. I know it's great and I see it happening all the time, but I haven't just really sat in it for real. Because I'm just so busy between working and meeting people and connecting people. Because the main mission of the magazine is connect other Black women and to collaborate and grow, help each other.
Right. Now, I know that when we talk all the time in the past, and I know that you are driven on purpose.
Right.
And so can you tell the viewers on how you kind of got into like the purpose-driven person, that beautiful person that you are? Why is purpose so important to you?
I think purpose is what's in us. So one of the first big acts that I did for purpose was becoming a registered nurse. Right. And that was when my youngest daughter was just a baby. Actually, I was pregnant with her when I started nursing school. And when I finished, she was out there walking then because, she was like 2.5, I think, when I finished. But I just feel like we all know what our purpose is, and sometimes fear holds us back. But, doing that, I was always taking care of siblings and different people, and I just knew as a young girl that I wanted to help people. And the nursing was the first one. So I just believe when you do purpose, it just hits different. Like your life looks different, and you touch people in a different way. So this magazine is one of my purposes, just connecting other Black women business owners and bringing them together to collaborate and help grow their businesses and just help each other.
I know when I met you, CaDori, you were doing a lot in the community at that time. When did you start like really getting deep into the community with bringing women together and speaking to women and allowing them and showing them how to actually live on purpose?
I've actually been doing it a little bit my whole career. I've been a registered nurse almost 30 years. So people don't realize when you're a nurse, you wear a lot of hats. Now, you don't necessarily go into it for that, but over time, as you take care of people and they start telling you about their personal stories, you end up kind of advising them, kind of helping them. It starts with their health, but then it goes into other aspects of their lives. So I've kind of been doing it all along anyway. But just to turn it into like a book, or the magazine, or different things that I do in the community, like helping women with domestic violence, because I was a survivor of domestic violence. I just started speaking out and doing that probably, I would say 10, 12 years ago, just really reaching out more in the community and doing more, getting more involved with other people.
Distractions, I know that we talked about that before in the past, and that's something that you always talk about when you do your feeds. I love your feeds when you put them on, post them on social media. You're such an encourager.
Thank you.
Tell us about distractions, and how do you identify distractions, and how can we overlook and how we overcome distractions?
I think distractions are things that lead us from what we're supposed to be doing. Whether it be drugs or, alcohol, or just being involved with the wrong people. You can tell when you're just not feeling good in yourself, in your inner spirit, that something is off. And a lot of times we don't listen to the inner voice. So I try to encourage people to get in tune with themselves, to do more self-care stuff, more time alone, more getting to trust yourself. Because after I went through a painful divorce about 8 years ago, I had to get into therapy. So I'm a big proponent of therapy, and I push it all the time, because a lot of times we have childhood traumas or different things happen to us, and we never got healing for that. So that, we do other things that are distractions that keep us from what we're supposed to be doing. So I'm all about, living your life on purpose, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, things like that, that really help people grow and feel better about themselves.
Good. What do your self-care look like?
Oh my gosh, I have so much self-care stuff now, especially as I've been divorced. But one of the things I do often is I always go and get a massage. I get a massage at least once a month. Massages are really great. They help you relax. You don't have anything else to think about at that time. Of course, I always do my mani-pedis, every other week. A lot of times I'll just spend one day just doing stuff for me, because I run businesses and I still work and I still have a family. My kids are all adults, but I'm very involved in their lives, so I make sure I take at least one day and I just only do for me. I'll sit down half of that day, I'll meditate, I'll go shopping or take myself to dinner or lunch. I just focus on me, and I don't really think about what anybody else has to do. So I really try to pour into myself at least one day every month, just nothing else but me time.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can you identify if a person, because I know you work with a lot of women, all ages and all colors and all races. So tell me, can you identify when somebody is trying to pull you and distract you away from your purpose?
I'm more aware of it now than I ever was before, because when you have a giving heart and a kind heart, a lot of times people will attract themselves to you who are takers. And you're not looking at that. You're not thinking about that, because that's not who you are at your core. But I'm just more in tune with myself now, and I trust myself and I listen to myself. So it doesn't take me long now to pick up on people when they're they're doing certain things because I watch the actions too.
Okay.
I don't just listen to words. And I teach people all the time that if you listen to what people say, that's fine. But what's more important is to watch the actions, because you can tell a person's intentions through their actions. Because eventually you'll see whether that person is somebody that's in your corner or not. Yeah. So you have to watch actions.
Yeah. Can you give us an example?
Yeah, I'll give you a great example. I'm not going to call any names, but I think that anytime you're working on your purpose and you're doing things that bring attention to yourself from the public, you know, I'm not seeking the attention, but it just comes naturally because, you know, you're on your purpose, you're doing things, especially to help people. You'll have people that will be around you that you think everybody around you is for you, they're not. So you just really have to start watching their actions. So recently I had to let somebody go off of my team that had been with me for a number of years, but it came, you know, because I pray a lot. And I believe that our prayers are answered. I just believe that when the answers come, we have to believe them. So I had, you know, some other people coming to me randomly just telling me this person saying different things. And at first I just said, you know what? Maybe they're going through something, you know, just trying to give all these excuses and benefits. And then I had to start thinking about it a couple months into it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not saying anything about them, and I'm available to talk to. So why would somebody be telling other people things that they're maybe dissatisfied about or gossiping type things? So I just ended up writing them a letter and just told them their services are no longer needed. And it was hard for me to do that because this was a person that kind of like has been there with me from the beginning of some things that I've done over the last, I say, 5 to 7 years. And it's very disheartening. But you have to be paying attention because everybody's not meant to go on your journey with you. And some people may be in your life just for a season. You know what I mean? I think that everybody that's living their purpose or elevating in some aspects of their lives has this to happen. There are going to be people that cannot go. And I think if we try to drag them with us, we're going to bring ourselves more pain.
That's good.
Yeah, because that's painful.
Yeah, that's
you know,
good.
to think that somebody's there with you, riding along with you, and then all of a sudden, like I said, they're going to show themselves, and all you have to do is believe what they're showing you, their actions. Yeah.
That's good. A lot of people don't recognize that, CaDori, that when it's season, when the season is up, it's up.
It's up.
And some people like to carry those individuals on with them.
Right.
All they have to do is show me 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So, and it brings me to my next question, aligning yourself with like-minded people.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about that. In regards to aligning yourself with like-minded people, how do you identify those people are going to be aligned with you and they like-minded?
Well, sometimes you can't tell in the very beginning because, you know, people can put on a mask easily. I've run across so many, you know, but I think that once again, if you trust yourself and you're watching and you're listening, you will see. They will show something. They'll say a word or they'll do something where you'll be able to say, this is not lining up in my spirit. You know, you have to listen to your spirit. And I pray all the time. So I'm always praying for God to cover me, to go before me wherever I go, to increase my discernment, and to let me see people for who they are, not who I want them to be. Because a lot of times we want people to be something that they're not.
Right.
And we can't do that work. That's inner work. It's a lot of inner work you have to do to overcome your pains, your childhood traumas, and things that have happened. And when people don't heal that, they'll project it on you in mean-spirited ways. So I just pay attention right now. I use discernment, I pay attention. And the moment that, you know, somebody's showing me something, you don't get to have a lot of chances.
Right.
It's usually one chance.
Yeah,
And
like
depending on what it is, that's it.
Right. Yeah, because if you try to, you know, force them to be something that you thought they were,
they're not.
They're not being authentic.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Why is it so important to align yourself with people who share same like values, visions, and energy?
I think it's just it's like a give and take thing. And when you're in alignment with people and you're supportive of people and they're supportive of you, it just makes for a wonderful relationship.
Right.
There's no pressure there. There's no feeling of strife, no burden. You know, because you understand that the person is doing their best and you're doing your best, and they're not expecting anything from you, but they know you're going to be there if you can.
Right.
And I just love that. I love the way God has allowed these people to fall away and for me to accept it. I wish them well, but I don't want anything else to do with them because I feel like if you keep those people around, they're going to bring you down. They are, because they're not happy with themselves. You know, and like I was telling you, that person I recently had to cut off, I was thinking to myself, here I am hosting networking events and having all these things, and I'm supporting you, referring, because that's what I do. I connect people anyway. That's just what I naturally do. I'm a natural giver, and I want to see people succeed. And I'm bringing you and connecting you, and all the while I'm doing that, you're talking stuff, you know, like, and the stuff you're talking is no substance to it, because if it was, you would come to me. But I'm lifting you up and you're tearing me down. Isn't it crazy? It's the contrast. And you have to really think about those things when you really look at it and see that this person can't come along. You know, let them figure their way out. But it's usually the opposite of what you're doing, you know, and God will bring it to you. He'll show you. If you ask God, He'll show you.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You know when to cut things off.
Oh, yeah.
So it won't continue to go on to.
Exactly.
You know, because you have all these things going on.
Right.
And then your name is really huge out there. So you have to know when to cut things off.
Oh, yeah.
In your experience, how does pouring into others open doors for you? Well, basically for your own breakthroughs, pretty much that's what I want to say. How pouring into others, because I know when I met you, you just automatically, I'm like, someone called me and said, hey Toni, Cathy CaDori, she referred you to have us to write up an article. Do you remember that?
I don't remember. I give so much. I'm telling you, I don't remember it. Yeah, but I
remember y'all.
Yeah.
But I do.
Yeah.
You had one of the magazines to contact me, and you referred me to them, and they called me and they said, well, she said you're just an awesome person. She said all these things about me. I'm like, oh, and so they did an article on me, and I'll share that with you, because if you don't remember that, but that just come back to how I was asking you the question about your experience in pouring into others. So you poured into me. You nominated me for a few awards. Yeah. And I never forget that. And I just thank God for you. So to answer that, so I just answered that question on how does pouring into others open doors for your breakthrough?
It really does. You know, you don't do it for that, but it's just naturally how the universe works. You know, you're a giver. You're a kind person. You're doing good deeds. It always comes back. And it may not come back from the person you gave it to, but it will come back. And I've seen it in my life. My life is so abundantly blessed. And I think it's because I bless others and how I treat other people. You know, I want the best for people. I wish them well. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I'm inspired by people. And I feel like people should be inspired. If somebody has something that you want or you want to be, then go and be mentored or be inspired. Don't try to tear them down or say things about them, you know, because you don't have that to do, you know. But I mean, I wish people well, and I want to see people do the best that they can do. And if I can help somebody, I will. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that ties back a little bit to what the question was. Have you ever seen like blessings come back to you, like you just said, ending up blessing you when you was blessing somebody else?
Yeah, I've seen it. And sometimes you don't even know where, you know, like when you're doing so much and you're giving so much, you just have to really sit down because you're being blessed so much and just say, oh my God, you know, and it can even be something as much as your health and strength. To me, I look at things like that because I look at health as well. Because, you know, I've taken care of so many people over the years in their homes, multimillionaires, and they didn't have their health. And they've told me, I give all this stuff back just to have my health. So money and things look different for me because I'm a nurse and because I've seen so much. Things are not just about money to me. It's about how you treat people more than money. Because I feel like when you do good, it comes back.
Sounds like you have a really good, deep compassion for your patients and what you do in a registered nurse field. That's good.
Yes.
We need more nurses like yourself.
Oh, trust me, I know I work with some that I wouldn't let touch me with a 10-foot pole. No, seriously, because people go in the fields for different reasons. Just like how you hear about bad teachers. Like, why would you go and talk to these kids and treat these kids like this, they'll never forget those things. Like you could have did so many other things. Why would you do that? So yeah, I know people that should not be in that field.
I believe you. I had a few family members in the hospital, and I had to always be there because I just didn't feel comfortable with certain nurses. On shift with them. The ratios were always low, and so it's just a lot of things going on with that. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
So, CaDori, what are the simple ways people can start being a blessing right now, even if they feel they don't have much to give? If people don't feel like they don't have much to give, but they could consider to be a blessing.
Let me tell you one thing that anybody can do, and it doesn't have anything to do with money, is be kind. If you see somebody, you pass by somebody, just giving somebody a smile can make their day. If you are talking to somebody, just listening for a few minutes to them talk, that allows them to get that out of their system, whatever they're dealing with, that helps people. Giving a word of encouragement, being kind. Those things are not anything you have to pay for.
That's right.
So, and I'm always telling you, because you never know what people are dealing with. People can be smiling on the outside, look a certain way, and that person could be severely depressed or wanting to give up or wanting to hurt themselves. And you could be the person that listens to them or say a kind word that could help them. And I know this because I've had patients tell me that before, because I've listened to them. I'm not just running in there to give medicine or draw blood or do something like that. I'm actually talking to them and listening to them, because I work with a lot of patients who are addicts or who are detoxing. And when I'm getting their blood and asking them questions, I actually listen to them. And a lot of them have started crying because I'm listening. But thank you so much for listening. I know you didn't have to do that. Just things like that. They don't cost a dime. So yeah, just being kind.
You're right about that. That's one of my pet peeves, and I'm always saying be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind, smile, and just, like you said, it don't take much to be kind to a person. One of my previous guests, he was a mental health coach, and we were sharing about that. People on the outside, they look happy, they're smiling, and, things that's going on right now in the world. And we heard the news about the Dallas Cowboy player that lost his life. We just don't know what people are going through, so we have to be kind. So you are an author.
Yes.
Okay, and so how many books you have?
I think 3.
Okay, 3. Okay, tell us about it.
So one of the books I did collaboration with a group of women, 2 of them actually, and those books are just inspirational books to inspire women. I don't think those are on Amazon because they were published through someone else, but my book that's on Amazon is an Amazon bestseller, and it's titled Ladies Love Yourselves First, That's Happiness. That's a book that inspires women to pour into yourself and get the happiness comes from within, not outside. Not somebody necessarily getting in you, making you happy. You have to do the things to make yourself happy. So it's just kind of uplifting and encouraging women, because what I've noticed in my life personally and in the nursing fields, a lot of times women, we put ourselves last. We put everybody else first, whether it's your children, your spouse, your friends, and then at the end of the day, you're left with empty because you didn't pour into yourself and you didn't fill your cup up. I'm always telling people, fill your cup up first, because then you actually have something to pour, and also put your oxygen mask on first. And I tell them, when you get on that plane, what do they tell you? In the event that this thing drops, you put your oxygen mask on first, because if you go putting somebody else's on, whether it's a kid or whoever, you could die from oxygen deprivation while you're putting their mask on. You have to put yourself first, and then you can help others. So that book has been really successful and still is, and it has a accompanying workbook with it that a lot of people have used that in journal and answer the questions because they are not in therapy or say they can't afford therapy, but when they do that workbook journal, that is therapy, because you're writing out your thoughts, and that workbook journal is for everybody. It's not just for women. So so that's a good one that's really helped a lot of people over the years.
And you mentioned this, we're going to get into this magazine, but what inspired you to write Ladies Love Yourself and the workbook? What inspired you, and what year did you write that book?
That book was written in 2019. It came out in 2020 for the pandemic, right after I went through a very painful divorce. I was married for 24 years to what turned out to be a narcissist. I didn't know at the time he was a narcissist. I've always heard the word, but after we were going through the divorce and I was getting therapy and I actually looked into it, I'm like, oh yeah, all this stuff that was happening over them years, this was a 100% narcissist. So I put myself in therapy and got the help I needed, and then coming out of therapy, I wrote that book. And all the other great things that have happened to my life since then. You know, it's things that was always in me, but when you're in a relationship with someone and they're jealous of you or they're trying to hold you back, you're not going to be able to get to do what you're supposed to do, because they're going to put up roadblocks and help stop it or tell you negative stuff that make you feel like you can't do it. But once I went to therapy and really start loving myself and pouring into myself, I was able to write that book.
Good. And so that's the 2 books, and then this would be the considered your third? Or?
Well, the magazines, they look at them in a different category.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So these are online for sale, and they're also being placed in different bookstores across America.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about this. And you have merch, and let's talk about how you got inspired. I love my hoodie. So how were you inspired to come out with your hoodie?
Same thing. After I went through that divorce, I started pointing at myself, and so I came up with the I Love Me hoodie and I Love Me t-shirt to just, people put it on, they feel good about it. When they put it on, you're just saying an affirmation every day, I love me, because some people don't love themselves. And you got to start loving yourself by just saying, I love me. Stand in front of that mirror and say it till you believe it. So it's just promoting self-love and self-worth in people.
How do you find time to do all this?
I just do. It just comes natural.
Yeah, it seemed like it's natural.
Yeah.
And you, since I've been knowing you, you have never, for me, you haven't changed.
Thank you.
You haven't changed. I know it was a little space, life be life, and but we never part. And when we do come back together, we connect.
Oh yeah.
And we connect like heart to heart.
Yeah.
So thank you for reaching out to me. Cathy actually reached out to me and told me about the magazine, and so I'm excited about it. These are some beautiful magazines. So let's talk about your first edition. So
the first one was in March. That's what a bunch of women on the cover. That's the third one, and the last one is the fourth one. So we have 4 that's out. So that was the third one that has Trina Braxton on the cover there. Okay. She talks a little bit about some things she went through in her life. She's actually a friend of mine personally. Okay. Yeah, I know her personally. And then the last one that came out is Latoria Lemon. She's a PR here in Houston. She is a PR for a lot of different clients and celebrity clients. And she has a wonderful story in there as well. So yeah, she's a good person too. So
now I remember Trina Braxton. I remember that I used to always log on to look at y'all on Instagram. I think it was Instagram or your other handlers.
Yeah, it was Instagram.
Yeah, I tell you, I used to. Y'all need to come back.
Yeah,
we need that because that was good. So tell us anything that you want to talk about that we have not talked about, because this is your time. I want to bring you on because you have a plethora of information for the community. Domestic violence, I know that we met we have some connections with that too as well, because I am a survivor.
Yes.
Are you working more into domestic violence arena?
Well, I'm always helping because there's always somebody calling and needs something, need like a hotel room for a night or need, a bus ticket to get to another city or something. So I'm always doing that here and there. But going into the new year, I do plan on partnering with just a couple of exclusive places where we just kind of partner and help those women out, and then I give to others as well, but I want to partner so I can be more involved with just kind of helping them come out of that, whether it's coming more often, talking to them, encouraging them, giving them free I Love Me stuff, because I had to live in the shelter years ago. My daughters were very young, and I only had to stay there for 2 weeks, but there was 2 weeks that I didn't have anywhere to go. And that was leaving an abusive situation, my first marriage. And I just remember saying back then, I wasn't a nurse yet, one day I want to give back and help other people like people help me. So I know that when you're down on your luck at the time, you need positivity, you need great inspiration. You need stuff. So in the shelters, I just give the women my books to read. I give them the hoodies and things that can kind of help them, and just go and talk to them and inspire them that, hey, you know what? This is a time to plan, and this is a time to look to your future. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Just those type of things. I was once here, so you know, whatever you want to be, you can do it.
Right.
You can, yeah.
Shout out to Denise, your staff. She's so sweet. Denise, you're so sweet. And I haven't met anyone else, but Denise, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
Your daughter, is just your daughter involved?
I have a whole team of people that help. I have writers that do the articles for the magazine. I have a brand curator that reaches out to try to get the magazine in different places and help us find a cover person. So yes, it's a group of about 8 people that are on my team that work to help pull it all together. Yeah.
I've seen you on TV on Chelsea.
Yeah.
And so how was that experience?
Very nice. Chelsea's very nice. I actually have her information, and we text and talk to each other sometimes too. She's a very nice person. She's a single mom, so she has her hands full doing all the great things. She does a lot of great stuff in the community as well. Yeah. So yeah, I just like bringing people together and just kind of networking and connecting people.
And
so
you're so humble with it too. Yeah, you're so humble.
Well, that's the only way to be.
I know, right? Kind and humble.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is coming up. Is it safe to say you're doing anything for Thanksgiving? For the
I may go
community?
see my grandson. He's playing with Alabama State University. He's a defensive end. So he's a freshman, but he's doing great things. So they actually play on Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is his birthday. So I'll probably go see him play on Thanksgiving football.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen a video with you.
Yeah.
What are you thankful for?
Oh my God. First of all, health and strength, sound mind. Those are top for me. And then everything else under that, you know, loving children and grandchildren, supportive friends like yourself, who, when you say you're going to do something, you do it, never changing. You've never changed over the years. There's a handful that never changed, and I'm so glad that God revealed everybody, because you only want people around you who want the best for you. And I don't care if there's 1 or 2 people. I'd rather have that than a room full of you know, people that don't mean you know well. So it's not about the numbers, quality. So just thankful for all that.
Good. And tell the audience your purpose of wanting to come on Destiny Talk with Tea, and then let us know what's next for CaDori.
I wanted to come on Destiny Talk with Tea, first of all, to give you congratulations and to honor you, and hopefully, you know, pour some good love over here, that this would be a great podcast to really help people. I know your heart. I know your mission is to do good, and I just want to be one of the first ones coming on here to bless you and send blessings your way.
Thank you.
And coming up, we have a new magazine that's coming out on December the 3rd, and we have another group of wonderful ladies in there who are entrepreneurs, who are leading businesses that we're trying to connect together, to work together across state lines, because it's women from all over America. And just, you know, going into the holiday season, wishing people blessings and much prosperity and success.
Good. Now, do you and your team choose the women to be in the magazine?
We kind of choose. Sometimes we'll have people to email or call in and say they're interested and see, you know, what the theme is and how we're going to pick who's going to do what. Yeah. So yeah, it's both ways. It's people calling in, and it's us sitting down, seeing who we know or who would be a good fit for what we're trying to do. So right now we're just trying to get more exposure this first year. And then just go from there. We're nationwide now, but we're hoping to go international.
Good, and that's going to happen.
In
Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Yes. Besides what's up next with you, tell the audience how they can reach you, how they can get your books, and how they can get your merch, how they can get the magazines. And if you have any final words, please look into the camera, let them know.
Okay. So for the I Love Me gear, that's on CaDori.net, CaDori.net. You just go to shop, and you have I Love Me hoodies, I Love Me t-shirts for now, but we'll add some more merch there. For anything to do with the magazine, it is bwbodmag.com. You can go in there and order any of the 4 issues that are out now. We also have merch coming up next month that you can buy off of there as well. And for the book, the Amazon bestseller, it's on Amazon.com, and it's you can look under CaDori and pull it up, or you can look under Ladies Love Yourselves First, that's happiness. And the words that I would leave you with is never give up. Because right when things are happening or things seem like they're not going your way, if you pray and you keep doing your best every day and keep the faith, in one day things can turn around. In fact, within that day. So I always tell people, never give up. Just continue to have the faith and continue to do your best and pray, and surround yourself with like-minded people, people who are like-minded, people who will uplift you and encourage you and not tear you down. That's very important. And it doesn't matter if it's family. Sometimes we got to learn to love some family members from a distance, and that's a fact. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
and
you
we're
for
gonna have to
having me.
connect, and we're gonna have to connect and collaborate again, and bring you
Yes.
on and bring your team on.
Absolutely.
So we can all get together and just enjoy another show
Absolutely. And I do plan on doing something special for the holiday season for the team and for close friends like you.
Oh,
So
thank
that's
you.
something that's coming
Thank
down
you.
the line.
Okay,
Yeah, for
good,
sure.
good.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been a great episode with Cathy CaDori. She is such a example of a purpose-driven life, beautiful soul, and
Thank you.
she's living on purpose. And thank you so much for tuning in to Destiny Talk with Tea. CaDori, I do apologize. Did you give them your social handle?
Yeah, so for IG it's at BWBOD Mag. That's the social
That's the
media.
social media.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Mhm.
all
And it's
possible.
on Facebook.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
Mhm.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure she plugged that in.
Yeah.
And you can also reach me on Instagram and Facebook, and also TikTok and YouTube. And my social handle is Destiny Talk with Tea. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I look forward to the next episode. Have a blessed day and happy Thanksgiving.